Y'all please give it up for the one and only Da Vinci in the building. So going from rap and spoken word to acting, was acting always the end goal?
Honestly, I was just trying to make it out of my situation, man. And coming from poverty, you're just like, yo, how am I gonna do this if I'm making it entertainment? Mm-hmm. So I prayed to God about it. I was like, ask God, if you give me this, I promise you I'm gonna do right by it. I'm gonna lead everyone towards you. All the glory is gonna be to God. And I'm gonna make sure people know that it's not me that put myself here. It's God that put me.
Your role as Terry on BMF, how did you land the roles, and how does it feel you playing someone from a real life story?
So smooth by the grace of God, to where I did an audition. Next thing I met Lil Meech, and then I booked it. And I remember the day was like, it was 11/11. My agent, he called me and he was like, hey, it's 11/11, make a wish. I was like, I wish I got BMF. And he was like, you got it.
And so you're a fan of my 600 Pound
I'm
Life.
a huge fan of it. It's entertaining.
Me too. All the women on there, they all got a man.
That's true.
All of them have a man.
That's true.
There's a lot of skinny single ladies out there, but on my 600 Pound Life, all of them have a man. Somebody's ordering the food. Somebody's bringing the pizzas.
Oh my God.
Hey, 65% of y'all have not subscribed. What are we doing? You watching the video, I see you, right? So why don't you subscribe? Go ahead and subscribe. Come on, man, what you waiting on? Oh, so you say you already subscribed. I appreciate you, right? All right. Hey, but check to be sure you did. You getting old. Let's get back to the episode. Hey, welcome back to my podcast. And listen, today I got a very talented actor that is making a big name for himself in film and on TV. You may know him as Darnell Hayes from American or Terry on BMF. And he was also in Grownish, Mary J. Blige's Lifetime Films, and so many more off-screen. And listen, off-screen, like he's saving lives, working with NAMI, and leading one of the biggest health movements in entertainment. He is a young man with a big name and a big heart and a big future. And I'm so excited to talk to him today. And he's actually one of my nephews, man. I absolutely love him. Y'all please give it up for the one and only Da Vinci in the building.
Appreciate you for having me. Appreciate you for having me, man.
And what were you gonna say about working with NAMI?
Oh yeah, so I just started working with NAMI. I've been gaining a lot of recognition in the mental health space prior to them. And I met NAMI at the ABFF Film Festival, and I spoke on one of their panels, and me and the founder, Dan, we had such a great conversation. And he offered me a position as an ambassador, and I was like, yo, what you guys do in the space is great. It would be an honor to work with them. And then we just got together. Now we just started working with each other.
Man, and mental health is real.
Right.
Considering the fact that a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff. People are grieving. People are, just going through all the different challenges. And people don't know what mental health is, because we're taught in the Black community to just pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Bible also said faith without works is dead.
It's dead.
You got to work.
Absolutely.
In order to heal, man. So how have you been since the last time I saw you in Birmingham?
Right. No, I've been great, man. And I want to say thank you, because the last time I was at your crib, it was like a documentary, man. I was just watching a childhood legend and face to face, and I was just hearing the words you were saying, all the advice that you were giving me, how you maneuver in the entertainment space, how you maneuver when you're at a party, when you want to get out of somewhere, when you this, how you view alcohol and all this stuff. And I just wrote all that stuff down, man. And moments like that, I don't take it lightly. I take heed, and I feel like I tell my friends this, there's only one way we can cheat life, is if we take heed to people who've done it before us. Yeah. We could outsmart the system and get ahead quicker. You know what I'm saying? So thank you.
Yeah, you know what? It's our job, being older and have been your age or whatever, is to protect you and make sure that you have everything that you need so you can be successful, and to save your life. And one of the things that we talked about, like, you go in a situation that everybody's not happy for you.
Right.
You got a lot of people that have low self-esteem, and they see you on television and they see you on stage performing, and they might crash out at the wrong time with you in the room.
Right.
And that's the difference between life and death, is picking up on energy and vibes and saying no to some things and just getting in and get out, say, okay. And a lot of times, like one thing I do, I don't even say goodbye to everybody. If I'm in a room or whatever, Man, next thing you know, you look up, I'm gone. I know how to blend in with the wallpaper. Blend in with the wallpaper and slide out or whatever. But those are kind of things that'll keep you alive for a long time, man. I'm so excited and so proud of you. And now I got to say this because, I found this so interesting about you. You legally changed your name to Da Vinci.
Yeah, I put it in my middle name because I wasn't born with a middle name.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is something that folks do lightly, without some thought behind it or whatever. And that's because you did not have a middle name.
Mm-hmm.
One thing about black mamas, when I was born, you're going to have a middle name.
But I think
my middle name is one of your characters. Like, my middle name is Darnell.
Darnell? Oh, that's the most blackest name you can have.
You have to laugh that loud. Man, they real disrespectful, man. These people that back there, what's your middle name while you back there laughing? Dwayne.
That's right up there. That's why he
Darnell or Dwayne, okay.
Yeah, but I feel like my parents, I don't know why, none of us, and they don't have middle names. But maybe the tribe that they come from in Haiti, they just didn't do that. I don't know why, but none of us have middle names.
Now let's take it back to the beginning. You were born in Brooklyn, New York, and started out as a musician.
Yep.
And what was you playing? An instrument, singing?
I was rapping, harmonizing here and there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So in music brought you into acting and comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. So going from rap and spoken word to acting, was acting always the end goal?
So I feel like I was just trying to make it out of my situation, man. And as you know, coming from poverty, coming in a situation to where you're trying to do something, sports ain't gonna work. You're just like, yo, how am I gonna do this? So I literally I picked up a book, I started reading, I started educating myself. And then I started looking at the world, I started looking at the economy, I started looking at jobs. And I started looking at things like how Social Security is done for my generation. I had a teacher in college, I was just like, bro, you're done. Like, you guys are gonna have to have a lot of kids in order to take care of you when you get to your senior year, or you gotta just, hopefully you become a millionaire by the grace of God. But other than that, it's like you're gonna be screwed and you guys are laughing and playing with your phones now, but there's something serious coming for all you guys when you guys get older. And the books that I was reading was helping me like wire my mind properly. And then I was like, hold on, what if I'm making it entertainment? Mm-hmm. So I prayed to God about it. I was like, ask God, if you give me this, I promise you I'm gonna do right by it. I'm gonna lead everyone towards you. All the glory is gonna be to God. And I'm gonna make sure people know that it's not me that put myself here. It's God that put me here.
Right.
And in doing that, I was like, all right, bet. So now let me try to see how this works. Entertainment. Me and my brothers, we had a conversation. Long story short, I saved some money up. I graduated college. I moved back up north to New York with my mom's, and I started figuring this out. And I started recording songs, doing things, doing performances. And one of the first places I was performing at was Diamonds in the Rough, which is Jay-Z's mother. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Gloria Carter. She had this restaurant that every Thursday night, they have like A&Rs and producers and managers and people like Swiss Beats have come, and Jay-Z and Beyonce have come before. I'd never met them still to this day, which is crazy. But anyway, they had that situation, and I performed there, and I met a manager, and the manager was like, yo, would you want to, get into acting stuff? I'm like, hell yeah, like I'd love to do this. Like, what? And then I started taking acting classes at the same time I was doing shows and stuff like that. And the acting classes was helping me because it was giving you stage presence, because it was just like, in the class, you would do such silly, dumb things that you would just get out of your head. So that when you got on stage to perform a song, you were like, you didn't really care what people think anymore.
Right.
And then afterwards, I started hating the music business because I was just like, I didn't like the politics, and I didn't like how, it's one thing when you're on the outside looking in at the music business, and then when you start getting in it and you realize, or you get told to put certain messages in the music, and I was just like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, I don't want to promote a lifestyle in a song that I know like I had to leave that lifestyle to get here.
Absolutely, that makes
sense. So I don't want to be like, I feel like God is going to snatch everything from me, because now I'm playing with God, because it's like, yes, I've sold drugs before. Yes, I've been arrested before, but that's not what got me here.
Right.
And changing my life is what got me here. So I would rather make music that is a little more positive, or showing Black people outside of what the entertainment love to show us as.
Yeah.
And I know one could easily say, yeah, but when you play in a movie and a show like BMF, you're a thug, you're this and that. But I'm just telling a story, and on an interview, I have the ability to speak on this and why this isn't smart. And you know how it ends. You know they get locked up and
Sure.
you know what I'm saying? But I'm not
Right.
promoting that. But in music, I have to act like Abraham Da Vinci's used to doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And that part I didn't really like.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I'm a chill.
Yeah. You ever noticed that it's so much negative music on Black radio stations and they don't do that on pop stations?
Absolutely.
That is just absolutely insane. And so I'm just putting it out there. That's the truth. You know, women being called names and promoting the lifestyle that you just spoke of, but you don't hear this on pop stations at all. Not country stations, not pop stations, not yacht rock radio stations.
Yep.
Only our station. And I think it does have something to do with the mindset. What I want to add, do you still have bars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still write and I still, yeah.
Because I came up in the 80s where when it first came out, you know, I still know Rapper's Delight. That was the first rap.
I felt like I could compete with them.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, I know all the MC8 straight up menace. You know, a messed up childhood. It's not the way I am. It's got me in a state where I don't give
I'm for sure killing
damn.
that. I'm just.
Y'all remember that? Straight up menace? Somebody killed me.
But
Yeah, they don't remember.
but I got some better flows than that though.
What about DJ Quick?
Nope.
Started out what's DJ Quick? Not tonight.
You by yourself with this one.
DJ Quick. Bruh.
I know, right? He's like Drake.
Hey, that DJ Quick go hard though.
Yeah.
DJ Quick, man, come on, y'all.
I'm gonna Google that later. I don't know what you talking about.
Oh yeah, DJ Quick Tonight. That's a skate ring song back in the early 90s. Yeah, man. All right, so let's transition a little bit to your acting career. Talk a little bit more about it. So you started out playing Eric Ambrose, working on a Marvel film is a big deal. And especially, you know, when for that to be your debut. So we're proud of you. Congratulations for that. What was that process like? And, were you expecting your career to take off? Were you expecting your career to take off quickly after that? Or you're just taking it like one day at a time?
I definitely wasn't, but I remember being scared. So Marvel Jessica Jones is this dope Netflix show that Christian Ritter is the lead of it. Shout out to Christian Ritter. And I remember when I booked it 2 weeks after signing my agency.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my manager called me and she was like, hey, you booked it. And I was like, I remember being shocked because I was like, wait, like I'm about to shoot like next week? And they're like, yes. And I was like for real? And I remember being nervous as hell. Like I think I'm gonna pull out. I didn't want to do it. Cause you know how like you think you can do something and then it happens. It's like, all right, Ricky, now it's your turn to go. And then you're like, oh shit. Like, no, I was playing. Like, give me some time to think. Like I didn't feel ready at all. But I went in there. I remember nervous. I was so nervous. I barely even remember the experience. And I just remember doing one scene that took like 6 hours. And I was like, is this how the show business is? And everyone's like, oh yeah, this is normal because they have to do from this angle, that angle, the special. And I was just like, oh my God.
You know how many times I ran up those steps on Friday after next? Yeah. Okay. From that angle and this angle, I said, hey, okay. How many times I got to run up these steps?
Right. And I just remember thinking like, wow. But I do remember Kristen Ritter, she said a really nice thing to me though. She was just like, I have this special feeling about you. And I think you're going to be one of the ones that pretty soon you're going to be a lead in a TV show. You're going to have a great career. And she told me that. And I was like, thank you, white lady. This is really nice of you. And
here you are.
Yeah, she was right.
Is it hard for you to memorize lines? That's so difficult for me, man, with ADHD. How do you memorize your lines? Do you try to memorize your lines or you just memorize the situation and know where you fit in within those lines? Because that's something. It is hard to memorize lines for a script.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But what I do, I know what's going on.
Right.
And then I connect to the emotions of the scene.
Okay.
And in doing that, the lines just come. So if you gave me a monologue right now, and you told me where you and I were at in our relationship and what's going on around us, I would read those lines and I would understand it, and it'll just make me memorize it so fast. That's thank God I have a great memory. Like sometimes on set, people, like sometimes showrunners, if we're cutting down on time, they would give me someone else's line if they're struggling with their line.
Really?
And I'll be like, all right, boom, I got. I'm not gonna say who, but yeah.
Me? Man, I remember I used to have to take an Adderall at a certain time in order to memorize my lines because I couldn't.
Dang.
Yeah, Rickey said, you just dumb, that's all. So people love your role as Darnell Hayes on All American and as well as your role as Terry on BMF. And I just want to say, of course, congratulations on all of your success and you just officially establishing yourself as a diversified talent. Now, did you land these roles? How did you land the roles and how does it feel you playing someone from a real life story?
So,
and the second part, do these stories affect your like mental health? Like, do they bother you? Once you.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit, for sure. And that's why I'm very cautious with the roles that I choose to play. So certain characters that if the character is going off so much to the deep end and I'm not comfortable with that, then mentally I won't put myself in that because I don't care what anyone say. When you play a character, you become the character to some extent, And I think any real artist, when you dive into the work, if you want to give the work the best portrayal of whatever character you're playing, you go home and you think about it and you study and you want to become that character. So sometimes it behooves you to really know, like, do I really want to be possessed by a demon today? Because you really call on that to some extent. You know what I'm saying? Like if you play a firefighter, you'll hang around firefighters, you'll see their jargon, you'll see a normal day at the office. If you're playing a policeman, you do the same thing. So if you're playing a drug dealer, a gangster, or an athlete, or whatever, you do that. So that's why I try to limit the type of characters that I play because it'll definitely affect me. But when the way I got the roles though, it was an audition. BMF was an audition during the pandemic. And the great part about BMF is that during the pandemic, everything was shut down and All American was so big. Mm-hmm. So I was on All American then. It was huge. 50 watched it. All the showrunners watched it. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, because every project was almost under some like pressure a little bit, like, yo, we just got to get actors.
Right.
So it made my process with BMF so smooth. Like, so smooth by the grace of God to where I did an audition. Next thing I met Lil Meech, and then I booked it. And I remember the day was like, it was 11/11. And my agent, he called me and he was like, hey, it's 11/11, make a wish. I was like, I wish I got BMF. And he was like, you got it. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it was actually wild. And All American, the way I got that.
Do y'all still go in and audition or y'all sending tapes now? Because I know they do both.
As of lately, it's been all tapes.
Okay.
I haven't been in an audition room in I don't know how long. But with All American, no, it was just an audition. But I actually originally went out for Spencer James, like which a lot of people that's in the show went out for the main character. And shout out to Daniel Ezra. He did a hell of a job playing Spencer James. And then next season, they made me audition for this other character, and then they just gave me the part. And it was supposed to be like a 2-episode thing, and it was just like, they just kept me throughout the entire time. So.
Yeah, that's what when you're good, they want to find other ways to utilize you. Now, but with even all of the success, you chose to focus on something really important, which is mental health. And you're doing college tours, working with NAMI. Even the former United States Surgeon General in mental health is something that I really, really value. I wrote a lot about that, mental health in my book. And I'm so happy that you're bringing health to it as well. Why is it so personal for you?
The mental health is super personal to me. How much time we got? Because I'm about to go.
We got time. Come on.
Okay, bet that. So mental health is so personal to me for a number of reasons. And what I realized is our society, especially in the United States of America, and this is a headline, I know people's going to be mad at me for we're very incompetent, especially my generation and the generations that's coming out. It's like, we don't know how to think anymore, And I think that's just one of the side effects of capitalism. And it's the side effects of mastering survival. We have mastered the art of survival. You and I don't have to wake up now and go 20 miles down to go to a water hole and grab water and hunt a bison down. And when the sun is about to set, we get ready to go to sleep and we wake up when the sun starts rising again. Like, we don't have to do that. So it's extremely hard to manage our biochemistry without physical activity. We're not physically moving around anymore. This is why we have gym memberships, even though we sell like the most gym memberships out of any other country, but our obesity rate is through the roof.
Right.
Makes no sense, right? You know, my 600 pounds. No, I can't. No. I can't.
Don't. You was doing so good. You was doing so good.
See, this is why I can't have a podcast, man. But I'm not even trying to be, but we're one of the only nations in the world that will have a show like that, right?
My 600-pound life. And
dang, this is bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even trying to be.
And so you're a fan of my 600-pound life.
I'm a huge fan of it. It's entertaining.
Me too. And so when you, and so what triggered, what?
Oh my God.
What triggered the laugh when you started talking about my 600-pound life?
You're special. You're special. That's why. You're special. You saying no.
What happened?
Here, let me tell you where he's wrong. You know, for people who didn't watch this, you know what he compared washing someone on that show to doing? He said it's like going outside in your driveway and washing your Dodge Charger.
Yeah, man. He
or Challenger, I'm sorry, which is even a longer hood.
And he washed it like she was a Dodge Charger. He had one of those wash brushes, man, and then he rinsed off with the hose.
Which is crazy. Then he was talking about someone frying chicken in their bed, like on the floor, like this.
She did.
So,
yeah, man, she had the seasoning up on the headboard.
No.
She had paprika.
She had you're wrong for that. And everyone got to know, all these cameras got to know, I'm not laughing at obese people. I'm laughing at his special.
Everybody watched my 600-pound life.
Exactly, but your special made it. It was a nice little footnote.
And all the women on there, they all got a man.
That's true.
All of them have a man.
That's true.
So there's a lot of skinny single ladies out there, but on my 600-pound life, all of them have a man. Somebody's ordering the food. Somebody's bringing the pizzas. Somebody's bringing the pizzas.
You know what was even funnier? When he said that couple went into the doctor's office and the girl went on the scale and then they said he was like 600 pounds and nigga looked like, damn.
Damn.
Like he's not.
You next. Aren't you next, sir? You weigh more than that.
Yeah, I was hollering. No, but you know what? That's real though.
Yeah.
But you see how the boyfriend is looking at her like that, like he's shocked, but that's how we are in real life.
Right. And he's heavier than her.
Exactly. And we be trying to act like we ain't nothing, like we good, we got all our stuff figured out, and we trying to help someone else and we can't even help our own life.
Right.
But anyway, back to the conversation with the mental health though. I'm not laughing at obese people. I think it's a serious thing. They're under a lot of stress. Right. You know, and that's one of their ways to cope with stress. We all have different ways to cope with stress, and I used to be big too when I was a kid. Anyway, so back to the reason why I gravitated towards mental health is because I've realized in this country is that we don't really understand our own psychology. We don't understand how our brain works, and we have technology and systems in place that our brain has not had the chance to evolve and catch up to it.
Right.
So what's happening is like the technology is becoming so effective that we're losing our own ability to rely on our brain and we're relying on the technology, and it's causing serious issues. And I was doing this interview and this kid, he was just like, I won't say no names, but he was like, excuse me, they asked him, hey, how's your mental health? And he was like, no, I mean, I don't have that. And I'm sorry for Da Vinci who goes through that. And I was like, come on. If you didn't have mental health, you would be dead. We all have mental health. Mental health is just like physical health. The more Rickey Smiley works out, it's easy for you to go down the street, grab a cup of coffee.
Right.
It's easy. If you have to carry something, you can carry it. You know what I'm saying? If things are stressing you out, your body is in a healthier shape. So maybe you don't need as many breaths to pump oxygen in your body. Maybe your heart don't need to beat as hard to get blood flowing. Right. So mental health is the same thing. Life is all about loss and changes and challenges. You're going to lose more in life than you gain and have happy moments. So when the inevitable happens, are you solution oriented? How is your brain going to deal with that? You're going to lose your life eventually. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose family. So
you said that's why a lot of young men crash out so easily.
We're crashing out because we're not building like guardrails and disciplines to help preserve this. So the rate that we're crashing out at is astronomical. The numbers, like the clinical depression rates in America, is higher than ever before. But it's like, we all are living way better lives than cavemen. We could all sit here and say, we have better access to food, better access to opportunities, better access to AC, you got cold water. But why are we more stressed? But it's because the way that the nation was built, it wasn't built to sustain positive thinking people. Our country wasn't built on that. And in order for capitalism to keep thriving and going, it's almost like you almost got to keep the masses in a state of anxiety and agony. And I just want to be the voice and the light to tell people, yo, it's okay to talk to someone about this. It's okay to have these open dialogues because they can know something from their experience that you don't know. And a lot of times in the Black and brown community, we don't have access to certain informations, right?
Yeah.
And we need to talk to someone like you or someone else that have access to that, and then you'll learn.
So what are some of the younger people when you're doing colleges and tours, what are some of the young people telling you what they're dealing with and struggling with, you know, saying, like what's out there? Like, what do they say to you when they walk up to you?
Loneliness, depression, anxiety, and they just feel like they have no one to talk to. Like everyone's saying they have no one to talk to. And it's ironic because we're more connected today than ever before in life.
Right.
And you feel more lonely now than ever before in life. It's only because those relationships aren't authentic. Like social media, this is the scariest thing that I think I heard a social media person, someone who created, like one of the Mark Zuckerbergs. He was like, I would never allow my kids to use this. All of them were saying that.
Use what?
Social media.
Right.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. They're saying, the ones who create, if someone built your car and said, hell no, I'll never drive that. What? You gonna hop in there and drive it?
Right.
That's what they're saying. And then other scientists did studies that it's like social, when you have the dopamine release and all this stuff, because social media functions on certain algorithms that like gives the casino effect. It's like the gambling type of mentality, right? One of your posts have a lot of likes, or another one don't, right? So what happens, it makes you addicted to it. So the dopamine that is releasing is the same that alcohol, cigarettes, weed, heroin, dope, whatever. So when you give your kid access to that, that's literally like giving your kid access to a liquor cabinet or fentanyl or whatever other drug. And it's like, so a lot of people were talking to parents and talking to kids like, yo, bro, you really shouldn't use it. So I try to explain that to them in layman's terms, because when you have real authentic relationships with people that is not built on these things, I think your brain is just in a better position to just deal with life.
Right. And I'm gonna switch gears right quick. And so you also stepped in the, in the stand-up comedy world. And as you know, I love stand-up comedy.
Right.
Like 35 years in the game.
Wow, congrats.
But what really made you want to get into stand-up?
What made me want to get into stand-up, I have a huge respect for comedians. I think comedians, you guys have probably one of the hardest jobs in the world. First of all,
yeah, we don't have Mays behind us and the Pips behind us.
Yeah.
And it's just us. It's just you.
Right. It's a one-man show.
And a stool.
You have no props. You have nothing. You have to, when you're telling a story and you're multiple characters and how you're looking to act like you're talking to a different person, like that is acting at its best.
And you performing in fight breaking out over here.
Right, yeah.
And this going on over here, confusion over seats over here, and a little person sitting on the front row, their feet is not touching the floor. It's a lot of distractions. You're trying to... No, I've seen it. I did a show at
Harlem,
whatever, comedy club, and the little people was having a convention.
Wait, you had like a group of little people in the front seat?
Not a group. The entire audience was all little people. No one.
And they came to watch you?
They came to see me perform.
That is an honor, brother.
No one feet was touching the floor. And you couldn't say nothing about them because they were sensitive. And all of them was sitting there and their feet wasn't touching the floor. And they all had their little hands on the table and they was looking at me like this. I was like, how y'all doing? They clapped and then they got quiet real quick, like, you want to talk about us. And then my manager, JT, he's like, hey, you can't say nothing about them. He said, because we not from here. And then they try to fight us. You ain't going to be able to see them until they get up on you. Like, he was saying little stuff like that. All this stuff was like in my head while I was on stage. Because I used to do a joke about a little people funeral. That they didn't use a hearse, they had to use a PT
I used
Cruiser.
to be afraid of them as a kid.
Stop.
No. But not in like a, no, I have nothing against little people. I love all people, of course.
Right.
Well, you shouldn't say that because when you say that, that makes that you sound like you're prejudiced.
They're gonna get you.
No, but like no, when I was just a kid, like I just remember seeing a grown person near me the same size.
We would not have had our toys for Christmas because those are the people that help Santa.
I believe it. I believe it. No. I love little people. Like I got little friends. I got.
All right, we're gonna switch gears right quick before
you're gonna get me in trouble.
Get in trouble and get our knees and ankles toe up.
Oh my God!
All right, we're gonna play this. All right, so you gotta choose one, and I'm gonna run through them real quick, and you gotta think real quick. You got 3 seconds.
Okay, bet.
All right, this or that. Therapy or travel?
Therapy or travel?
Yep.
Travel.
Studio or stage?
Stage.
Brooklyn or LA?
Oh, I hate both. Brooklyn. Brooklyn.
Set boundaries or say yes?
Set boundaries.
You was listening. Cry it out or work it out?
Both.
Method acting or leaving it at the door?
Methods.
Fame or freedom?
Freedom.
Laughing through it or praying through it?
Both.
Both?
Yeah. I usually laugh through it and pray at the same time.
Now, so before we let you go, now, what do you want to say to a young person out there that's been smiling in public and fighting in private? Look right in that camera and just give them something because this might save somebody's life. Look right into that camera right there.
I would tell them to pray to God and ask God, but when you pray though, ask God to order your steps and put the right people on your path.
Come on.
And I think ask for the Holy Spirit to allow the Holy Spirit to come into your heart and ask it for guidance. I think that is the best thing because the minute you do that, then one thing is going to lead to the next and to the next. And just know that in the end, everything is going to be okay. And if it's not okay, then it's not the end.
That's good stuff right there, y'all. Hey, y'all make sure that y'all follow Da Vinci, support BMF, and make sure you keep up with mental health work. All right, all of the mental health work is so important, and he's going to be doing stuff with NAMI. I'm really excited about that.
Yep. And
also, this brother is proof that success don't mean a thing if you're not whole. Okay. Listen, man, and that's it for now, man. Thank y'all for joining me on this episode of my podcast. One time for Da Vinci, y'all. Come on.
Appreciate y'all for having me. Thanks for having me, man.
There it is.
Yes, sir.